Hello, this is television reporter Leanne Lee from Dawn News. There has been more and more controversy about GM food nowadays. We've got corn that produces poison to kill off pests, tomatoes that wouldn't rot for weeks, and rice that contains vitamin A. Who knows what's good for our body, or are they harmful to us? That's why we've got our field reporter, Cherry Chu, to collect opinions from both citizens and experts.
Hello, did you know anything about the effects of the GM products, or no matter it's on the good side or the bad side?
Of course I do. The number of GM food have been increasing drastically. Yes, I know GM products make the food taste better, or it may even have a lower price than the organic food. But let me show you in this way. Like this tomato. When you see this beautifully grown tomato, you may be attracted by its crimson skin. But what if I tell you that 1.5 of the genes in this tomato is from salmon? Will you still eat it? As health is my greatest concern, how can I accept my family members eating something created from the laboratory? Vegetables are meant to be grown from soil, and animals are meant to be raised in farm. Although I do not know much about the process of making GM food, but I'm sure that there may be some side effects on our health, so I will never consider GM food as one of my options.
Well, you seem that you're strongly opposed to having GM food in your diet. So, but as we know that there are no laws at the moment to make sure that all GM food products have labels on it to clearly state that some of their ingredients are actually GM products or something like that. So are you aware of that, or do you think it's unsafe to buy food in supermarkets or wet markets?
What? Really? I thought our GM food is clearly stated. How can the government just sit there and do nothing? Oh, that's our health. The government really lets me down. I hope there will be laws set up as soon as possible to regulate GM food. As most of the people I know, like my coworkers, my relatives, my neighbors, all of them also hold a negative attitude towards GM food. I'm sure they also want the government to take immediate action in order to ensure our health.
Okay, thank you for your time.
No problem.
So I'm now here with Mr. Chan, who applies genetically modified plant products in his greenhouse. And nice to have you here.
Nice to meet you.
So how long have you been planting GM food?
As I remember, I started 6 years ago.
Wow, that's a long time ago since you started. So can I know what makes you decide to grow these genetically modified food? And what makes you think that these foods will
doesn't matter if they are natural crops or not. People just need some time to adapt GM products. I believe that after the spread of GM food, people will no longer find it strange to eat. Bananas that we are eating every day are made to be seedless, due to the fact that the large seeds of banana take up much of the food and make the flesh hard to eat. But no one is worrying about this. New things need time to be accepted and improved. Maybe GM food seems to be unnatural now. However, it may be the mainstream of markets in the coming few decades. Thank you.
So today we have an expert specialized in genetically modified products to tell us some more about GM food. Nice to meet you. And as we know, GM food are not natural food. They have some of their DNAs changed. So don't you think that there are risks for all of us to eat these foods unknown to humanity?
Well, as you said, the DNA of the GM food is changed. Well, but I think you don't know that the DNA of a species actually changes every generation. A change in DNA can occur in the natural environment, and without the change of DNA, the species that we now know will be very different. Genetic modifying is just a change in DNA which occurred in the laboratory, where humans pick a specific useful genetic material for the species to increase their size, reduce its chance of getting disease, and etc. to fulfill the need of the human population. There's currently no evidence of GM food being harmful to humans or the environment. The experiments that claim to prove that GM food is harmful are later discovered that the harmful effects are brought by other factors.
Well, there are still many people feeling risky and dangerous to consume GM foods. So it surely shows that GM food don't really get the confidence from the people who to try them. So do you agree that it's possible for people to accept these GM food and to have these food added into their daily diets?
Well, I think humans will and have to accept GM food one day. Some GM food are made to have more necessary nutrients so it can help solve malnutrition in poorer areas. Some GM food can reduce the chance of getting disease and it can help to sustain the food stability. Although people might die if they eat GM food, which is very unlikely to happen, some people will definitely die due to starvation if they do not eat GM food.
Okay, understand. Thank you so much for explaining all these information to us.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.